Okay, I'm going to be very straightforward. I think investors holding Solana right now should be very, very cautious of where the price is headed. And I think that price is an indication of what is happening to the chain and kind of three big things that we've seen. So the first thing that we've seen is meme coins are going absolutely crazy and affecting people to the highest levels. You can see that in the Libre Argentina meme coin thing. You can see that with the kid who's like 12 years old, rugging people for $30,000 and posting about it. And then also, Solana's token inflation in 2025 has been absolutely massive. In the millions of Solana are being released. And I think I've seen something Solana's inflation year over year is somewhere between 15 and 30%. That is having a massive effect on Solana's ability to continue to increase in USD value. And I'll show you this real quick. But I think Solana is something that should be watched very carefully right now, and if you're a Solana holder, I think that there's probably some better options in the crypto world for you to change your money into, like different cryptocurrencies you can invest in instead of holding Solana. And I think that we could see Solana start to fall rapidly. It already has started to fall rapidly. It's down at 127. A couple weeks ago it was up at 250. And so I think that this is a broader signal of what's to come. And these are the things I would be watching if I was interested in understanding where Solana is going right now in the current market. Okay. But real quick, before we even get to any of these charts or anything, the first thing I want to show you is Solana's market cap. This red line is Solana's market cap. And I think that this is very important to look at because it'll give you a sense of what I'm talking about. Back here in 2021, when Solana's price was about $250, its market cap was, you can see it right here on this red thing, its market cap was $75 billion. Now, in 2024 or 2025, right here, early 2025, the price of Solana got all the way up to $295. This is about like a 14 or a 15% increase, maybe a 16% increase from 250 to 285, 295, if I remember my math correctly. This market cap over here for Solana is about 120 billion. So you went from 200 and what is it? 260 dollars to $285, about a 15% increase, something like that. But the market cap of Solana went from 75 billion to about 120 billion. So while price only did about a 15% increase, market cap did like a 60% increase. This is why it's going to be so much harder for the Solana price to continue going upwards at the rate that it has been going. And yes, Solana had an absolutely incredible 2024, but it's going to become harder year over year over year for the price to keep doing this if inflation is going to keep up the way that it is. And specifically, what I'm looking at on the Solana chart is a stage wave analysis of where different periods in Solana have been. So let's look at the 2021 cycle and compare it to 2025, okay? Stage wave analysis says that there's 4 stages of a market cycle. Stage 1, which is the accumulation zone, okay? Stage 1. Stage 2 breaks out from there, gets above the 30 to 40 week moving averages. This is a weekly chart. These are weekly moving averages. Orange, you can see, is the 30 week. Blue is the 40 week. And you can see stage 1 was right here in the 2021 cycle. Stage 2 was when Solana broke out of this resistance and started moving upwards rapidly above both moving averages. This is stage 2. Stage 3 is when Solana started losing steam and moving sideways in 2021 and ultimately getting volatile around the moving averages. Stage 4 was confirmed when when Solana's price could not get above the 30-week moving average and then fell down all the way down to about $8 or $10 in 2023. Okay, this is the FTX collapse, basically. Now, in 2025, we have a new cycle that has started, okay? And from this low all the way across, this is the new stage 1 for the cycle that we're in. Solana broke out of that in 2020, late 2023, and then it moved into a new stage 2 where it has started reaching a point where it is now in accumulation mode, okay? This could be the potential stage 3 that I think Solana is in. And if you remember from over here, what happens after stage 3 is a downward stage 4. In order to confirm if Solana is really in a stage 3, we want to look at a couple things. First, when stage 3 happens, you have the flattening of the moving averages. And in crypto, this goes really quickly. We're looking at a weekly chart. So this right here is like 2 months. That's when this moving average went flat, and it only lasted about 2 months. Down here, Solana went flat, or the moving averages went flat again. Again, this is like, what, 20 candles? This is maybe like 3 months at the most. Same thing's happening up here. Solana is going flat with the moving averages again. And you can actually see how right here, this stage 3 was not really as confirmed because these candles are still pretty strong within the moving averages and making its way back above. But what's really cautious is this new weekly candle that Solana has had here in early March, where it has absolutely crushed below the 30 and 40 week moving averages, and the 30 and 40 week moving averages are almost horizontal. Okay, everyone who bought Solana down here at about $10 is in massive profit, 10x profit. And so a lot of them are probably taking that profit here today. And then along with all the drama Solana is having as a chain and the token unlocks, it is causing Solana to stop pumping as hard. Okay. And so in order to see what is going to happen here, you have to look at this as a stage 3. Now, how does this stage 3 become a stage 4? Well, two things. Solana, in my opinion, could, in order to confirm the stage 4, it could break below this support right here, this support that we have from this previous higher high that led us into where we are today. So it can break this support right here. The second thing that it can do is come up, test the moving average, and get rejected. Those would be the two things that I would watch to significantly confirm the stage 4 decline of Solana, which then we could see it fall further down back to where it was in the previous bear market. Now, this is really, weird. It's really counter. A lot of people think that crypto is still going, crypto is still pumping. And I think that's true for some cryptos. And I'm actually still very bullish. But one chain that I'm not bullish on is Solana, because I think it did so well in 2024. I think it really got ahead of the pack. And I think it's really losing its steam as it's showing here today. In order for Solana to continue being very, very bullish, this weekly candle would have to get above the moving averages, and so would multiple subsequent weeks, staying above the 30 and 40 week and really pushing the trend higher again. I think that would take amazing, significant news from the Federal Reserve or quantitative easing or lowering interest rates. Something massive would have to happen for it to get it to move from 130 back up to around $200. Okay, so right now I'm calling this a stage 3 on Solana. Mostly we're looking for stage 4, and it's not just the USD chart that I'm looking at. Again, on the USD chart, I would look to see if Solana breaks this support and cannot get above it, or if it kind of bounces around this support, keeps it as support, moves up to the moving averages, and gets rejected again. If it gets rejected off the 30 and 40 week moving average and cannot get above, that is almost certain that a stage 4 is confirmed, and Solana will continue downwards from where it is today. Not really sure how low. I'm sure we could maybe do a fib and kind of see maybe where it went last time, but maybe in subsequent videos we can look at that. Okay, but that's the USD chart. Now I have other evidence why I think Solana is actually going lower, and relative to a lot of other cryptos. Let me see here. Solana Bitcoin is a very interesting topic, and you can kind of see the stage wave analysis again. We can kind of consider some of this as like your stage 1, massive stage 2, stage 3 distribution, stage 4. Again, now we have here a stage 1, stage 2. This is a massive stage 3 distribution, and it looks like Solana on the weekly chart against Solana Bitcoin is falling at a rapid pace. Maybe over the next couple of weeks it'll come back up and test these moving averages. Maybe this was the test, but it looks like it is falling compared to a lot of other altcoins that are actually rising against Bitcoin. So this is another insanely incredible chart that is showing why Solana is actually still following this downwards trend line and is falling against Bitcoin. Will it stop around here at the 786? Is it going to come down here and maybe test these lows or somewhere in here? That's what I would be looking for over the next months, the rest of 2025. But it looks like Solana is actually losing a lot of steam compared to Bitcoin, not just the dollar. In comparison, other tokens like ADA Bitcoin are actually at their lows against Bitcoin. Okay, this is Cardano against Bitcoin. Cardano was way down here and then came up here in 2021. Now, here in 2025, it is down here again, and it looks like it can continue to rise against Bitcoin. So very, very different. We can see some other altcoins, XRP versus Bitcoin. It is actually kind of doing the same thing. It has a very tight spread against Bitcoin, but you can see XRP is nowhere near the highs it usually gets to against Bitcoin. Consider 2021 kind of like a false year because it had the SEC lawsuit, but you can see even XRP is rising against Bitcoin, maybe coming back up here to this top end range, whereas Solana is significantly falling compared to other chains. Okay, the last chart I want to look at to show how Solana is actually rapidly falling in a counter trend way is that this is the Solana Cardano chart. So this is Solana being very bullish against Cardano in 2024, but today it looks very different. Down here we can see stage 1 accumulation, stage 2 pump, very, very quick stage 3 distribution up here, almost non-existent distribution. And it looks like now Solana against ADA has dropped into a stage 4 falling phase. Okay. And this is because Solana dropped against ADA, tested this support that it had, tested, came back up, tested the 30 and 40 week moving averages, which have crossed, which is a bad sign. And now Solana is falling rapidly against Cardano. And the big question is, does it stop at the 786? I bet it stops in this area for a little support, but I would not be surprised if we can actually see it coming all the way down here if the bull market continues and things like Cardano continue upwards where Solana starts falling. So it's not just me trying to pick on Solana. Solana has a lot of good things that it has going for it. It's very fast. It's very fast finality, very fast transactions, very high transaction throughput. And it has brought a lot of people to crypto, like the meme coins and the pump fund. But part of that, I think, is also the detriment of the chain. It is known as like the gambling chain. It is known for some of these things. And with Pump Fun, many people are trading their Solana for meme coins. Now, what this is doing is having a constant sell pressure of the Solana token, which is leading us to what I think we are seeing right here today of a possible stage 3 leading into a stage 4 reversal. If this reversal continues and Solana continues to fall without finding some area of support to where it can really change the trend, which I think the trend has massively changed here as this is making lower highs and falling below these previous highs, and it's making lower highs. If it continues lower, it just confirms the trend even more. But I think a great spot that we could possibly see Solana come down here is somewhere between, like this 50 and 60 level. That would, it's at $125 today. It could take 50% off, come down here, and that would make it a total complete drop of about 80% or 75%. That would be a classic bear market scenario for Solana. And it does make me question, what crypto is doing right now. I think this is, in my opinion, this is really unique to Solana right now compared to Bitcoin, compared to Ethereum, compared to Cardano. I see a lot of ways where a lot of other tokens can continue to rise if a bull market continues. But I think even if a bull market was to continue, Solana looks to be doing something just a little bit different. And, maybe in a couple months, it'll be a good buy. Maybe in a year, it'll be a good buy. Maybe it will bottom much quicker than a lot of other tokens. And maybe it will just be able to kind of set down here in the 60, 50 range and form a new stage 1 base. So nothing super crazy bad against Solana. Obviously, we all have different things that we love in crypto, but this is something I find very interesting that Solana is going counter to the trend of a lot of tokens. I think it's because it did very well early on 2024. It's already done a 10x. Tokens in the top 10, it's a 10x is very good for them. It's very hard to continue to get 10x's cycle after cycle after cycle when your market cap is 100 million or 200 million dollars or billion, 100 billion, 200 billion dollars, right? And so Solana falling is a very interesting case study, and I would not be surprised if it comes down even further, down to about 60 or 50 or something like that. But hopefully this provides a lot of evidence as to what I think is happening in Solana. And it's not just like, it's not the total crypto market. This is something very unique where we see other coins like Ethereum, Bitcoin actually holding up much better. Or I wouldn't really say Ethereum's holding up much better, but Ethereum is at least hasn't started pumping against Bitcoin as much. It is distributing itself out. 2021 it ran up, and since then it has continued to distribute out. And I actually think Ethereum will eventually bottom and start to make its way back up again. And so Ethereum is in its stage 4, it kind of looks like, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. And now we are looking to see when Ethereum starts to accumulate against Bitcoin. So much different. Solana is just starting the stage 4. Ethereum looks like it will sometime, hopefully in the future, end its stage 4 and move into a new stage 1. But that's what I got going on with Solana. That's exactly what I think is happening with the price. It's very interesting to watch. I'm sure in a couple months, if Solana keeps falling, there's going to be a very attractive price to buy it. I wouldn't hold it against it, and I wouldn't write it off just yet. But that's what I think is going on. If you want to see some more chart content, Solana content, crypto content, drop a like, drop a subscribe. We'll be happy to have you join the channel. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we will definitely see you in the next one.